So I'm here with Ken Andersen, and we are talking. So it was about 3 years ago, the solar party in your house,
that was
right?
a while ago, yeah.
So it was a little bit ago, and so then Ken was like, "Hey, Mike, let's want you to come put a battery on my house," and so that was kind of exciting. So anyway, came over here because I was going to give Ken some cash, but like. So the first time you got solar with me, what was your experience? Did we get it done, or did we take like 6 months and it was a pain in the neck?
No, you came over for one visit. You were well prepared. You had a bunch of papers printed up showing the different stats of what my house consumption looks like, what kind of system I would need. And this was a while ago, so I'm trying to remember. And I remember you had like a few different financing options and things that we could do. We chose to do financing.
Yeah.
It was 0 down, 0% interest for a year. So we went with that, and then I think it was after we got building permits, like from the city, which took a couple weeks. Then you guys were up there installing it within the month. So it was pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
I mean, part of the reason I asked that question too, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to ask that. Because on average, I see most of these solar companies take 2 to 3 months to solar install.
Yeah.
There was one in Santa Clara where he was super jazzed about it. It took 6 months. He's like, "God." I'm like, I know, dude.
Yeah, I think it was under 30 days from the moment that you came in here to the moment it was installed. I believe it was under 30.
Under 30 days?
Yeah. If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah.
That's legit. So now that you wanted a battery, so we came by and got you a battery. What was your experience doing that? I mean, did we make it painful, or did you get it done?
I mean, for that one, you didn't even have to come over. I just called you up and said, "Hey, I want a battery," and then you said, "Okay, we'll install it," and that was it.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't come over.
Well, actually, no. You came over for
wanted to look.
You wanted to see where it was gonna go.
So that's what it was. That's right. And so we got that done pretty slick. Just be honest, people want to know, would you, well, it's kind of funny, because the question answers itself. I was going to say, would you be willing to work with me again, but you did, because you called me.
Yeah, no, and I've already told you before that I plan on next year adding more panels, the solar array, just to add a little extra oomph to meet all of our needs.
Oh yeah. But yours was fun because you got 2 electric cars and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, our consumption is pretty high.
Yeah, it's real high. So anyway, would you recommend anybody use me, or would you just say stay away?
No, absolutely. Mainly, what my experience was convenience.
Convenience.
Yeah, you and I worked together a long time ago at a company, and so I knew I could trust you. That was the first thing. And the second thing was, I just knew I could give you a call, and you could almost even give me a quote over the phone. Most people aren't willing to do like a ballpark estimate.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because if I'm doing a big purchase, I want to know generally what I'm working with here before I commit to having somebody come to my home, because then it's hard to get rid of them and things like that. But you're on the phone, you're like, yeah, it'll probably cost somewhere within this range. And so that was really nice. So I knew I could proceed after having that information.
Have what you need to do.
Yeah.
All right. That works out good. Well, okay, since you've had solar for 3 years, sometimes people get a little bit on the fence.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that. What would you say to somebody that's kind of on the fence about whether they should or they shouldn't actually use solar?
I think in the end it actually pays for itself. If you're planning on being in your home for more than a few years, then it's extremely worth it. I don't like giving my money to utility companies. I prefer to generate my own power and use it in my own home. It's just being more self-sufficient, I guess. That's what I prefer to do, and the solar panels provide that for me. But I mean, between the tax credits and the energy savings, you really do save a lot of money pretty quickly. I think my entire system, the solar array, I'm trying to remember what the cost was. It was like 15 or so thousand.
But I didn't know. Yeah.
But with the tax credits and the energy that it's produced, I'd say I probably already have half of it paid for. And it's only been a couple of years,
right?
So I think it's a great one.
Whatever, do it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Especially since I have the batteries. When the power goes out here, I'm still running. My fridge or freezer doesn't melt. It keeps running, so it's I really like it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Well, that's good. Appreciate you doing this interview.
Yeah, no problem.